This is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Listen closely. Did you hear that? That's the sound of employees being productive. They're so efficient because they partnered with Xerox to manage workplace technology. From advanced printers to automating your workflows to IT solutions, our local experts ensure your business runs smoothly. Visit us at xerox.com/UConn. Xerox. We make work work.
Planning a move? Let Lippincott Van Lines, the official mover of the UConn Huskies, take the worry and stress out of your relocation. Whether you're moving across the country, across the world, or just across the street, Lippincott Van Lines will handle your packing, moving, and storage needs with the care and quality they deserve. If the UConn Huskies football team can trust Lippincott to get their gear to the field on time, you can trust them to get your items where they need to be. Call Lippincott Van Lines today for a free estimate at 800-245-8563.
This is UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Creighton was picked third in the Big East preseason coaches poll. Right now they're in fifth place. They lost to UConn at home, 85-58. Huskies bombing away from three-point range. So keys for UConn tonight, number one, three-point defense. Creighton's always been a team looking for threes. Without the great Brian Kalkbrenner patrol in the middle, threes even more important in their offense. Number two, rebound. Keep leading rebounder, 6'8" Jason Green off the glass. He's coming off an 11-rebound game against Villanova Saturday. Number three, ball security. UConn's averaged only 9 turnovers a game in the last 2 games. That's an improvement. And get more bench production. That's becoming an issue for the Huskies, who've averaged only 9 bench points a game in the last 3 games. Creighton leads the Big East in bench points with 27 per game. The keys to the game brought to you by Sullivan Automotive Group, where Braylon Mullen shops. Drive like a champion with Sullivan Automotive. 8 brands in 4 locations in Torrington and Avon. Online at sullivanautomotive.com.
Crowd beginning to fill in here at Gamble Pavilion. 10,244, sellout expected. Student crowd rocking already. The opening tip for tonight's game presented by Trantolo and Trantolo. Don't fight solo. Trantolo and Trantolo, Connecticut's personal injury attorneys. Ron Groover, Ed Corliss, and James Breeding are the officials, and Ed Corliss will throw it up. It's center court. Creighton in their road blue, trimmed in white, with Creighton across their chest. UConn, old school Connecticut, with the white uniforms, blue and red, down the sides of their trousers and the Husky logo. And we sit about 10 rows up here at Gamble. Huskies will go right to left, Creighton left to right. It'll be Terrace Reed and Jason Green, the junior forward who jumps center for them. And Green able to win it back for the Blue Jays. And they work front court right. It's Zukic on the right sideline, guarded by Ball. Skips it up front to Nick Graves. Graves starts left, double for the moment, tries to turn the corner on Demery. Spins into the paint, backs away. Under 10 to shoot. Back out front it comes to Josh Dix. He's guarded by Mullins. He blows by him. He tried to scoop it up. He missed it. Down he goes. He missed everything. Rebounded by Reed. Ahead to Mullins. Mullins to Demery in the corner. Ball for 3. Drops in. Hit the back of the rim and in. And UConn leads 3-0. Quickly back the other way, Nick Graves between the rings. Guarded by Demery on the left side. Can't do it. Back out front to Graves. Graves into the paint, floats it up, and Graves ties it up. Arcing jumper, no good off the left rim. Backs away on the left sideline. And dribble. High post handoff to Reed. And Jalen Stewart, right sideline, gives to Mullins out. Trout gets it back on the left wing outside the arc, 2.5 minutes in. They double him right away. They give it to Stewart.
5 shots and 4 of them have been threes. The one that went in.
They give it to Stewart.
5 shots and 4 of them have been threes. The one that went in was the first shot of the game by Ball.
So Ball comes right back in, basically 30 seconds after he came off the court. We're tied at 5, 3 minutes in. Came off the court. We're tied at 5, 3 minutes in. And there is a foul. Solo ball got run over that time. So Creighton right now is attacking the
run over, and solo ball got called for the foul. So Reed and Ball, the first two UConn team fouls.
Zukic on the line. It's 25 times all year.
UConn's got those inflatable balloons behind the hoop. They figured, well, if St. John's can do it last week, and it really did have an effect on UConn's foul shooting now behind the hoop, that Creighton's shooting at. There's two of those big blue moving balloon inflated things that go that Creighton's shooting at. There's two of those big blue moving balloon inflated things that go up maybe 30 feet high. That's the first time I've seen that here at Gamble.
7-5, just under 17 minutes to go in the first. Demery to the front court left, hands to Mullins, back out front to Karaban. Karaban gives to Demery's on the left wing outside the arc, front to Karaban. Karaban gives to Demery's on the left wing outside the arc. Now Reed on the right wing to Mullins. Mullins guarded by Zukic, backs away from him, gets a high screen from Reed into the paint, floater, in and out. Rebounded by Jason Green. On a run out, Nick Graves into the paint, and Graves backs away. He got in there but didn't know what to do with it. Now he's in trouble. He gives it up to Green out front. Green puts it on the floor, attacks Reed, trying to post him up, kicks back. Green puts it on the floor, attacks Reed, trying to post him up, kicks back to Graves. Visiting with the head coach before the game, and a lot of folks are here, of course, for Emeka Okafor. He'll be honored at halftime, and the crowd's going to be jacked up for that, Wayne.
He is sitting behind the UConn bench, not far from the UConn academic advisor during Emeka's playing days here, Ted Tagan. There's two pretty smart guys. Emeka Okafor was an academic All-American at UConn as well. Meanwhile, the leading scorer on the season for Creighton is Josh Dix, 12 points a game coming in. Just 0 for 6 from the floor, though, in that Saturday loss to Villanova. But 2 days after UConn beat Creighton on January 31st, his mother died of cancer. And before the national anthem here at Gamble Pavilion tonight, they honored her. They put a picture of Kelly Dix up. She is from Omaha. She's a Creighton graduate. And UConn paid tribute to the mother of Josh Dix of Creighton. Really special touch here at Gamble tonight.
Yeah, class move, that's for sure. Greg McDermott in his 16th year has got 363 wins, 184 losses at Creighton. As Green's free throw goes in, and Creighton takes the lead 8-7. His deepest runs in the NCAA tournament came in 1920 with the Sweet 16 appearance, then an Elite 8 in 2021.
1920? Would that be 2020?
2019 and 2020.
Oh, the season, okay.
Yeah. And the second shot goes in and out, and is rebounded by Terrace Reed. This is Ball out front to Mullins, gives on the left sideline to Demery. Demery starts right, gives to Karaban. Karaban almost lost it, gives it back to Reed on the right sideline. Terrace at the high post, looking to hand off. Cutters, and he gives to Demery. Demery step back three by Silas is good. Boy, he has been on fire from out there. He's made 14 of his last 26 threes. And here's Dix with it, front court right. He tries a three over Mullins, no good. Another rebound for Reed. Outlet Demery, sprints to the front court left on the right sideline. Pulls up, into the paint he goes. Can't get a shot off, kicks it over to Ball in the left wing. Down low to Reed. Reed double teamed, back to Ball. Ball for three, no good. Rebounded by Green as they tip it out. 10-8 UConn, 5 minutes gone by. Here's Green on a blow-by on Reed, and he can't beat him. Now he's stuck, and a backdoor cut for Graves. Graves puts it up and in right-handed and ties the game at 10.
Graves beats Solo Ball on the right side.
Nice finish. Jalen Stewart is getting set to check back in. Here's Demery, front court left, between the rings. He's guarded by Trout, the big center. And he fires it right to Caravan. They go to Reed, who works baseline. In traffic, puts it up and in. Oh, man, what a bank shot by Reed. Quickly the other way. Trout tries the three, and he hits. So Creighton with a quick hitter, leading 13-12.
Isaac Trout, a big man at 6'10". He's a great three-point shooter. You cannot leave him open. That was in transition.
Yeah, Austin Schwartz comes set to check in for Creighton. This is Demery. Gives it to Mullins on the left sideline. And Mullins drives into the paint. Little pull-up jumper. Short, and it drops in. What a soft touch. 15-footer by Mullins, and the Huskies lead 14-13. This is Dix, front court right on the right sideline. Puts it up, and no good. It's a 12-footer in the paint. And so he'll go to the line to shoot two and try to give Creighton the lead as Eric Ryba and Jalen Stewart are going to check in.
That's 2 fouls on solo ball. Huskies have had a lot of good production in the last couple of games, averaging 22 points a game. The Big East Player of the Week. He was honored before the opening tap for scoring his 1,000th point Saturday against Georgetown. As he comes in with 1,001 point, made the first 3 of the game, but he's got to leave with 13:35 to go with 2 personal fouls.
All right, first free throw was good by Dix. Yeah, Reed, 11 times has had 3 or more threes this year in a game. Caravan comes out. And we get a second free throw from Josh Dix. This one's up, and that one's good, too. So Creighton gains the lead, 15-14.
Those are the first points Dix has scored against UConn this year. He was scoreless against the Huskies earlier.
Ahead to Mullins for a three. It's no good. It's boarded quickly by Josh Dix, and he sprints to the front court. Gives it up to Graves for three, and Graves no good up the back rim. Rebounded by Creighton. A drive on the right side and a bounce pass down low to Conan, who's able to make a nice up and under move, and he beats Rybo for a layup. Karam Conan. And the score now, Creighton 17-14. UConn front court left. Demery gives to Ross. Ross down low to Demery. They're looking to double everything, Creighton, right now. Here's Demery into the paint. Floater goes up and missed, but he'll get 2 free throws. Creighton leading 17-14 despite shooting 42%, 5 of 12.
Huskies still taking a lot of threes. 7 of their 12 shots have been from three-point range. They're just 2 for 7 after going 16 of 31 when these teams played 2.5 weeks ago.
All right, so Demery on the line. This Creighton team has been excellent in the Big East the last 9 years. Missed free throw by Demery. Huskies down 3. Last 9 years, they finished 4th or better. Right now, they're 5th. And for consistency, Greg McDermott's done an excellent job there. Demery's second free throw is up, and that one is good.
Demery had a season-high 9 free throw attempts against Georgetown Saturday as he drew 8 personal fouls.
17-15. Creighton leads by 2. Nick Graves on a handoff to Dix. They go into a weave out in the perimeter. Graves has Demery on him, tries to turn the corner, can't do it. Stands outside the key and hands the ball off to Austin Schwartz. He's got Mullins on him. Schwartz finds a three-point opening, and he drills it. So Creighton has shot the ball well, and they lead by 5, 20-15, after making their second 3 of the ball game. Here's Mullins, front court left, and he gives to Demery. Starts back to the right between the rings, fires to Mullins. Mullins backs away and gives to Ryba at the high post. Ryba faces up, looks to hand to Demery, and he does on the right wing. Demery down low, got it to Ryba. Great feed, easy layup by Eric. 2017, Creighton by 3. Graves into the paint, traveled, got away with it, gives it up to Conum. But now he works on Reed, ducks underneath twice, and he's able to get a shot off, but he missed it. Rebounded by Ross. Ahead to Demery, front court left, top of the arc. Demery into the paint. Jump stop, gives back to Ross. Jump shot. Good! Jaden Ross with a 3, and UConn's tied it at 20. And the crowd comes alive. Graves, front court right. Checked by Demery. Starts to his left. gives it up to Austin Schwartz, who blows by Mullins, and the shot is blocked. And they say it's goaltending. That was an interesting goaltend because the UConn player reached through the basket from underneath the rim and kept it from going in. So Creighton leads 22-20 as we go to the break. Under 12 minutes, 11:18 to go. Coverage of the Huskies brought to you by Brown, Penderas & Scott, the proud full-service law firm partner of UConn men's and women's basketball. With BPS Lawyers, you get more than a lawyer, you get a full-service law firm. From Brown, Penderas & Scott, Creighton by 2, 22-20. This is UConn men's hoop on Learfield.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's not just by providing banking services, though we're very good at that. We pride ourselves in giving back in ways that go beyond banking. Acts that range from serving on local boards to neighborhood food pantries. Our employees do so not because they have to, but willingly because they care. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting a little more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
From the Berkshires to the Long Island Sound, this is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
Decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Ice Bus is back on the radio Friday night. Men's hockey team traveling to Boston College. Major national tournament implications in that game. Bob Joyce has the call from Conti Forum beginning at 6:45 Friday night on the UConn Sports Network, the Varsity Network app, and varsitynetwork.com.
UConn hockey ranked number 11 in the national poll this week, and BC right behind them at number 12. That's the national implications that Mike was talking about. Meanwhile, the top 2 women's teams of the Big East are playing at Finneran Pavilion outside Philadelphia tonight. UConn was down 17-13. Right now it's 17-17 with a minute to go in the first half as both teams shooting around 50% from the floor. And for UConn, it's AZ Fudd, the Big East Player of the Week. She's leading the way with 7 points. Meanwhile, UConn men here at Gamble shooting well. They've hit 4 of the last 5 shots. 8 for 14, 57% from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. And Creighton's hit 3 of their last 4. Now 7 of 15 for 47%. Dan Hurley was talking a lot yesterday about how he needs more production by the bench. Well, the bench has scored the last 5 points for UConn. Reed make that Ryba a layup, and Ross a 3.
Front court left, Malachi Smith in. Gives to Stewart out front. Now Ryba has it. Ryba to hand off to Demery. Demery on the right wing recovers the dribble and fires it left to Malachi Smith. Malachi attacks in the paint. Can't get a shot off. Kicks it back outside of Ross. Ross on the left wing. Tries to drive left. Spins into the paint. Kicks to Malachi. Malachi into the paint. Dumps to Ryba, who catches and lays it in. And they just did beat the shot clock. Nice catch by Ryba.
He bobbled that for a second and regained it.
Yeah, he's got great hands. We're even at 22, 10 and a half to go.
More bench points.
Creighton out front, Josh Dix, front court right. Stop and go move, Ross cuts him off. Fires it left. It's in the hands of Hudson Greer, and a steal by Demery. Demery runs to the basket and has the ball knocked out of his hands. Good hustle that time by Ty Davis, the sophomore guard who just came in. And it'll be a UConn ball. Demery comes out. Malachi Smith stays in with Mullins, Stewart, Ross, and Ryba. I don't know if we've seen this lineup this season. Mullins looks to inbound to our left. He gets it into Malachi. Back out front to Rybo with a handoff to Mullins. Mullins curls around the screen. Floater in and out. Rebounded by Green. A little 8-footer off the elbow by Mullins. No good.
He's the only starter on the floor.
He's 1 for 4. And as a drive by Dix down the lane, stuffs it home. And it's 24-22 Creighton. So the Blue Jays getting it done offensively here in the first half. They're 8 of 16. This is Malachi Smith. Between the rings, gives it up to Ryba. Ryba, a couple of dribbles and a handoff to Stewart, who curls into the baseline. Puts up a floater, in and out, and it's rebounded by Josh Dix on a breakout. Schwartz over Ross, and a foul is called on Jaden Ross. I don't know about that one. He reached in and dislodged the ball. No.
Looked like all ball to me.
That was a bad call.
You could hear the crowd agreeing with us.
Well, we get the replay, but Ron Groover, what happened is Ross swiped down, and when you do that, it's really tough for an official to figure out what's happening there. Jason Green, or rather Schwartz, misses the free throw. 24-22. Ryba, Stewart come out. So Malachi Smith with Mullins, Caravan, Ross, and Reed right now for UConn. And it'll be another free throw here by Austin Schwartz.
Nick Graves back into the game. He had 17 against UConn the first time these teams played. Early in this game, he was guarded by Demery. I suspect to be guarded by Malachi Smith now.
All right, so 7 of 9 on the line for Creighton, and that's an issue. UConn 1 of 3. They've been outscored by 6 on the line already in the opening 10 minutes. Here's Reed, high post left. Works back to Malachi Smith, who cuts around him on the screen. Kicks to Ross, dribble penetration. Malachi in the corner for 3, and he hits. Good teamwork there. And we're tied at 25. Front court right. Here come the Blue Jays. And Schwartz fires in the right corner, long 3, back rim no good. That one from Hudson Greer, the freshman guard. UConn rebounds it. Here's Malachi into the paint. He gives to Reed, who reverses it in. So the Huskies on the break scoring. And a timeout by Greg McDermott. And he is really upset with Hudson Greer for quick triggering that 3 a moment ago. As UConn has regained the lead, 27-25.
Talk about bench scoring for the Huskies. Well, Malachi Smith just had a 3-pointer, and that came from Ross, another bench player. And then Malachi Smith able to get the ball in the fast break to Terrace Reed. So UConn getting some bench production now, something they haven't gotten a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Huskies coming in 24-2. They've won 20 of 21 games. They have the toughest schedule, second toughest schedule nationally among the top 13 teams in the country. But I tell you what, there are nights in the Big East, I don't care what the record is, every game is war. And we know this. Wayne, you've been around, you've seen this. They say the Big East is sort of down. They're average, they're mediocre. There's 13 and 13 teams everywhere. Well, Georgetown came in here a few days ago. They did not play like a 13 and 13 team. And now Creighton's doing the same thing tonight.
Well, I remember the 2 national championship years, they were saying Hurley can't win close games. Why? He didn't have any close games. This year they've had close games, and they're winning close games.
They are 7-1 in games decided by 5 or less. Here's Green attacking Reed, posting him up. Banks it up, missed it. Rebound Mullins. Good D by Terrace that time. Mullins runs to the front court. Hands to Caravan. Long 3 by Alex. Front rim no good. And it's rebounded by Zukic into the front court. Caravan picks him up. Zukic attacks, goes to the left hand, and banks it in. Wow, what a shot that was. He's got 6, and we're even at 27 with 8:20 to go in the first half. Malachi Smith, front court left, between the rings, skips it left to Ross. Ross out front to Caravan. Caravan right to Mullins. 3 by Braylon, no good. And Green rebounds it. And he outlets to Blake Harper, who goes all the way to the basket and lays it in. So Creighton attacking and countering and leading 29-27. They're now 10 of 20 from the field. Malachi Smith, front court left. at the Husky logo center court, being guarded by Schwartz. Skips it right to Ross. Ross in the far corner to Karaban. Down low to Reed. Reed banks it up, and he missed it. And it's rebounded by Zukic. Ahead it comes. Nick Graves trying to beat Mullins off the dribble. Into the paint, spins one way, spins the other way, and he's tied up. And that's a great play defensively by Mullins. It's a held ball, and it'll be UConn basketball with 7.5 to go in the first half. And Creighton leading 29-27.
So they give Mullins credit for his 12th block of the year.
And so we go to the timeout under 8 minutes. 2-point lead for Creighton. The Jeep President's Day sales event is back, and so are great deals on the legendary Jeep brand lineup. Hurry into your Hartford, New Haven Jeep brand dealer today. From Braun Panteras and Scott, Creighton 29, UConn 27. This is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Are you traveling out of Bradley Airport and need a safe, reliable place to park your car? Trust your vehicle to Laz Fly Off-Airport Parking, located on Route 75 in Windsor Locks. They have both valet and self-park options to fit any budget. Laz Fly is open 24 hours a day and will get you to the airport on time every time. Join their loyalty program to earn points for free parking, and be sure to ask about their corporate discounts. Save 20% by pre-booking online at lazfly.com. Laz Fly is the official parking company and a proud supporter of UConn Athletics.
Hey, it's Mike Monaco.
And Chrissy Monaco. You know, champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask UConn's Alex Caravan and Ashlyn Shade. They count on Monaco Ford for performance, reliability, and a team that's got their back.
From the tough F-150 to the versatile Explorer and the thrilling Mustang, we've got the lineup built for winners.
Visit us in Glastonbury or Niantic today.
Or start your deal online at MonacoFord.com.
That's MonacoFord.com.
Play-by-play coverage of UConn men's basketball rolls on. Now, let's go back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Discover Dean Cabinetry. Trusted for 25 years. Stock custom and semi-custom kitchens built for your budget. Scheduled today at DeanCabinetry.com, a proud local sponsor of the UConn Sports Network. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman here at Gamble Pavilion. It's a whiteout night, Wayne. You wore a white shirt at least.
Well, at least one of us did. Well, they had a pink out to raise money for cancer research when UConn played at Creighton on January 31st. And they gave out T-shirts to 10,000 people here, and most of them are wearing them. And by the way, all that talk about those couple of empty sections at the west end of the Gamble Pavilion building here after the Georgetown game, well, that section was filled pretty soon before the tap. There were some empty seats on the sideline across from us, but those are pretty well filled in. So I guess the crowd got the message. Plus, UConn changed its ticket distribution process for students where they can transfer them easier. That happened because of those comments made by Coach Ed Cooley of Georgetown and also Coach Hurley of UConn. Meanwhile, the UConn women trailing Villanova 24-21 with 7:39 to go in the second quarter. Battle the top two teams in the Big East.
All right, Demery Jr., Caravan, Reed, Malachi Smith, and Ross. This is Demery off the high screen into the paint. Working on Trot, the 7-footer. He gets down low to Reed. They double him. Little hook drops in and out. And Terrace will go to the line to shoot two. And a foul called on Creighton. Fedor Zukic is called for the foul for reaching in.
During that timeout, they honored the Big East champion UConn men's and women's track and field teams. Big group of them were out there on the floor.
And big ceremony at halftime as Emeka Okafor's jersey goes up in the Raptors. Reed, free throw good. There's a lot of symmetry now, Wayne. They got 6 jerseys there. Lobo, Allen, Cash, Hamilton, Bird, and now Okafor.
With 50s on either end. Rebecca Lobo's on the left. They've got the curtain over the 50 for Emeka.
And a miss by Reed. 1 of 2. UConn 2 of 5 on the night, being outscored by 5 on the free throw line. Zukic Guarded by Malachi Smith on the left sideline. Hands to Trout. Back out front. It comes to Nick Graves. Puts it on the floor. Graves spins around a screen. And a foul is called on Demery. Not a good call that time by James Breeding as the screener was hooking Demery as he went around. So it'll be Creighton basketball. That's the 16th foul on the Huskies. Zukic looks to inbound the ball, having trouble.
First foul.
And where's the
Demery.
count? And he finally gets it to Trout. As Zukic drives inside over Ross, and he banks it in. What a shot. Right in the face of Ross, and Ross is hurting as he comes down the court. Might have got kicked in the midsection. This is Demery. Between the rings, front court left, a high post handoff to Reed. Malachi Smith circles to his left off the handoff. Kicks it left to Ross, down low to Reed. He skips it to Malachi, perimeter. Now they get it back to Reed, and the little hook shot is good. Boy, Demery and Reed, synchronicity. They look good together tonight.
All starting with Demery dribble penetration.
Yeah, 31-30 Creighton. Long jumper by Graves, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Who is it? Well, they say it's off of Reed.
Graves put up the shot. He's 0 for 2 from three-point range now, but he's been a good three-point shooter, 40% in Big East games.
So it'll be solo ball back in, replaces Malachi Smith, and a near steal by Demery. Out front it comes to Jason Green on the left wing, puts it on the floor. Now a little dribble penetration by Dix, who is able to get to the rim and lay it in. Tell you what, Creighton's been really aggressive getting into the paint. They lead 33-30, under 6 minutes to go in the first. This is Demery between the rings, front court left. Right-hand dribble, gives to Reed at the high post right. Hands off to Karaban. Karaban pick and roll with Reed. Thrown away. Zukic 3-on-2. Pulls up in the paint, and he threw it away. And it was off of Reed, out of bounds, so Creighton gets another chance.
Huskies have cut their turnovers down the last couple of games, just 8 a game in the last 2 games. That Karaban turnover setting up this possession by Creighton was UConn's first of the game after 14 minutes.
All right, Karaban comes out. Ball in, Jalen Stewart in. Zukic guarded by Ball. High post handoff, Green left of the lane. Jabs with his right foot, gives to Dix, spins into the paint, puts up a fadeaway jumper, good. Josh Dix looks sharp, he's got 8. He and Zukic have 16 points. Right now they are burning the UConn backcourt, and Creighton leads by 5, 35-30. Mullins will come in.
Taking the crowd out of the game, too.
Here's Demery. Outside the arc. Huskies working on offense. They get it to Ball on the right wing. Ball a scoop pass to Reed. Ball drives baseline, nowhere to go. Fires it back outside of Demery. Demery up a high screen to Reed. Demery in the paint, nowhere to go. Carves some space out, puts the shot up. It's rebounded by Reed, and he stuffs it home. Good rebound by Terrace. And he's got double figures now. UConn down 35-32. Front court, here's Graves. Kicks it left to Trout. He's got great range, but he's not shooting out there. He's picked up by Demery Jr. One dribble, in trouble. Almost turned it over. Gives it to Green, who attacks Reed. And he missed the layup, and a call by Ron Gruber. They say it's a foul. No way. Oh, man.
That'll be 2 on Reed.
Dan Hurley wants a full timeout. And so we'll have free throws here in a moment. UConn having some issues. Reed's got 2. Ball's got 2. And Creighton is scoring at will right now. They're 13 of 25 and 7 of 9 on the line. They've out-rebounded UConn 16 to 12, and they lead by 3.
They've pounded the lane. Penetration by a couple of guys. Dix has had a couple of field goals lately by putting the ball and attacking on the floor. And Zukic, the 6'6" guy from Montenegro, a junior, he's been starting on the perimeter driving in. He's got 8 points. So Dix and Zukic each have 8 points, and a lot of those have been layups on drives from the perimeter.
All right, Jason Green on the line to shoot 2. First one is up and short off the front rim. How'd you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Go to syncmygame.com syncmygame.com to find out how. So Green misses. That's his second miss. He's 1 of 3. This one's up, and that one's good. He rattled it home. So Creighton by 4. And Green will come out and get 2 points, 6 rebounds, though. And Demery across the timeline, right to left. Big screen by Ryba, gets it back. Ryba with a scoop hand off the ball. Ball pull up 20-footer straight away, good. About 18 feet just inside the arc by Solo. 36-34. UConn down by 2. Ball's got 5. This is Graves on a handoff to Zukic, who blows by Ball, and that's his third. Now what? Dan Hurley's got to make a decision here. He's got 3:53 to go. And so Ball's going to have to sit down again. 3 personals. UConn having all kinds of trouble guarding the perimeter. And we have a timeout, a 2-point game. From quality outdoor structures to custom handcrafted furniture, Cloner Farms is your destination for home and yard. We're worth the ride. Route 83 in Ellington. From Brown, Penderas, and Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Power Station Events is the official production partner of the UConn Huskies, the ultimate one-stop source featuring audio, video, lighting, staging, talented DJs and musicians, photography and videography, stunning decor and florals, and much more. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, we want to thank UConn Nation as we look forward to the next 40 years. Visit us at powerstationevents.com and let us help you plan your next awesome event.
Heard from Bridgeport to Willimantic, this is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask Alex Caravan and Ashland Shade. Whether you're in Glastonbury or Niantic, Monaco Ford is a trusted choice for athletes and fans alike. Shop like a champion online anytime at MonacoFord.com. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman here at Gamble Pavilion. Wayne, in Omaha, Josh Dix was shut out. He went 0 for 6. And not tonight. He's got 8 points. He's played really well, and he's helped his team have a 2-point lead at this point, 36-34.
Same thing with Fedor Zukic. He had no points against UConn on January 31st. He's got 8 points in the first half. First time in Solo Ball's 3-year UConn career. He's picked up 3 fouls in the first half. He got too quick. Coach Hurley put him back in, made a field goal, and moments later committed foul number 3. So that's a big issue for UConn's leading scorer. Just scored his 1,000th career point on Saturday night. Meanwhile, the UConn women just took a lead over Villanova, 31-29, with 3:44 to go until halftime. Paul Roper will have more on that game on our halftime report from this UConn men's game.
All right, Zukic on the line. With a 2-point lead for Creighton. Takes his time and puts it up and in, so gets a second opportunity. We've had 9 ties and 7 lead changes in the opening 16 minutes.
Zukic is automatic. He's 16 of 17 from the line in Big East games.
UConn has only led for 2.5 minutes in the game. Creighton's led for almost 9 minutes.
Well, the Huskies aren't making a lot of threes like they did the first time these teams played.
Zukic missed the free throw off the front rim.
Said he was automatic.
Thank you. Good job by you. Here's Malachi Smith. He skips it on the right side of Demery on the baseline. Now he backs away and gives back to Malachi on the right sideline. Smith starts to his right. Back out front to Stewart. Stewart steps into a three. Back rim, no good. Chased down. Stewart diving for it. And Ryba comes up with it. And it'll be a possession arrow to Creighton.
Well, one reason that Coach Hurley put solo ball back in is they're having a hard time getting other players to score. Terrace Reed has been a scorer for the Huskies so far. He's got 13. But Alex Caravan has only taken one shot. He's 0 for 1 as they put him back in the game.
All right, Mullins comes back in for Stewart. And so Mullins, Demery, Malachi Smith.
Crowd standing now, trying to get this team back in it. Crowd's been quiet for the most of the first half.
With everything Creighton has done right, they lead by 3. Here's Malachi Smith on the right sideline. And he's all over Zukic. He kicks it back out front. Dribble penetration by Nick Graves. He hangs in the air, and it drops in.
And more dribble penetration. This time Demery, probably the man that got him. Graves able to start from outside the arc. Got about 12 feet away down the left side of the lane. And Demery does pick up number 2.
And right now, everything going Creighton's way. Every whistle going their way. And Ross comes in. Dan Hurley's trying to go offense, defense, substitutions almost. Demery second, and a three-point play by Graves. 40-34, Creighton. Malachi Smith, front court left. Out front, between the rings. Kicks it right to Ryba. Takes a handoff back. Smith holds. Out front to Mullins. They need Mullins now. Mullins into the paint. Can't get a shot off. And now he has the ball taken away from him. Steal by Conum. And a ball loose. Picked up by Graves. Far corner Trout for 3. Step back jumper. No! He was open and he missed. Mullins rebounds. Outlet Malachi Smith to Caravan. Back out front to Malachi. 2.5 to go. They get it to Ross for 3, and he is fouled in front of the Creighton bench. A 3-point shot and a foul by Creighton, and that puts Ross on the line to shoot 3. And UConn needs this for sure. They trail by 6, 40-34.
First time that Ross has tried to make a 4-point play, although he won't get 4 to this, but he will get 3 free throws. As the foul was on Karam Konan, and that's foul number 2 on him. He's a sub 6'9" sophomore.
All right, Ross, the first of the 3, short. The UConn's free throw shooting, 2 for 6. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks. It can hurt you, especially in these close games they're going to be playing down the stretch.
They picked it up the last 2 games, 73%.
He makes the second one. Green coming in, and Dix coming in. Zukic comes out. Ross gets another opportunity. 40-35. This one up. That one short. UConn putting themselves in a hole here. Trailing 40-35. 2:20 to go. Dribble penetration into the paint. And a kick out and a steal by Ryba. As Graves gave it away ahead to Ross, and Ross lays it in. That's a Monaco Ford Championship Drive, courtesy of Monaco Ford and Glastonbury and Niantic. Shop like a champion online anytime at MonacoFord.com. Graves, front court right, out front to Schwartz. Guarded by Mullins, tries to blow by him into the paint. He hangs in the air and missed it. Rebound Mullins. Airballed it. Mullins front court, kicks left to Caravan. Dribble penetration, Caravan. To Ryba, lays it in. Nice feed by Alex. 1-point game.
5-0 UConn run.
40-39. Graves out near the timeline, guarded by Malachi Smith. Tries to blow by him. Into the paint, and he elbowed him, and he put the shot in. There was no call. 42-39. Creighton with a lead. Here's Malachi Smith, 1:05 to go. Front court left. Out front to Rybe on a handoff to Caravan. 3 from Alex. Front rim. Rebounded by Dix. Dix sprints to the front court. Top of the three-point arc. Pull up 15-footer. In and out. No good. Rebound Rybe. First board for Rybe. Malachi Smith front court left. Kicks it right. Mullins thought about shooting it. Now into the paint he comes. Pull-up jumper. Hit! He made it! And he's fouled. Well, Mullins can tie this thing up. So as bad as things have gone for UConn in the first half, they could tie the game with 37 seconds left.
UConn bench with 15 of the 41 points. That's been big so far for a bench that hasn't produced much. Last in the Big East, and that time a freshman, Rybe, set the screen on the right elbow for the freshman, Braylon Mullins, and Mullins will be going to the line of the second foul by the leading scorer for Creighton, Josh Dix.
He goes to the bench. 37.5 left in the first half. Mullins, free throws good, and we're even. 42 apiece. High scoring first half.
9-2 UConn run.
All right, Blue Jays. Nick Graves lost the timeline. Right wing picked up by Mullins on a switch. They fire left to Schwartz. He's cut off. He fires it to Trout. Step back three by Trout is good. Alex Caravan overran it. And the final 14 seconds with Creighton leading by 3, 45-42. Here's Malachi Smith. Gives to Mullins on the left wing. Mullins starts to his right. Line drive. 3 is good. Mullins ties it. Final seconds. And off we go to halftime. Mullins needed. Mullins delivering. 6 points late. And we're even at 45 at the break. Stay with us. The halftime report with Paul Roper back in the studios coming up next. And I expect a wild second half, too. Presented by Brown Paint Harrison Scott. This is UConn basketball from Learfield.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe.
Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. All so you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Newclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3. For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app. For the win! Got it! Let's go! Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis. He's got it! So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Planning a move? Let Lippincott Van Lines, the official mover of the UConn Huskies, take the worry and stress out of your relocation. Whether you're moving across the country, across the world, or just across the street, Lippincott Van Lines will handle your packing, moving, and storage needs with the care and quality they deserve. If the UConn Huskies football team can trust Lippincott to get their gear to the field on time, you can trust them to get your items where they need to be. Call Lippincott Van Lines today for a free estimate at 800-245-8563.
Sick of gray, gloomy winter hibernation? At Kohl's, you can make spring come early with colorful accents that brighten up your home, like vibrant cookware and decor, cozy bedding and towels. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members save 15% on home purchases. So shop Kohl's Home Refresh and move on to spring. The weather will catch up eventually. Select styles. Offer ends March 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
20 minutes are in the books. This is the Husky Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll recap the first half and check scores from across the country. Now, let's go to the Learfield Network studios.
Well, a fun first half as we are tied at 45 after 20 minutes of play between the Huskies and the Jays inside Gamble Pavilion. Paul Roper with you in the Learfield Network studios as we take a look at the college basketball scoreboard starting in the Big East. Butler taking on Georgetown and Washington, D.C. High-scoring first half. Teams combined for 99 points. Butler with a 9-point halftime lead, and they maintain that 9-point lead 3 minutes into the second half, 59-50 for the Bulldogs against the Georgetown Hoyas. Two more games to come in the Big East tonight as DePaul will take on Seton Hall in New Jersey at 8 o'clock, and 17th-ranked St. John's hits the road to face Marquette at 9 o'clock. Over on the women's side, the UConn women's basketball team in Villanova squaring off on the main line. Top two teams in the Big East, and right now the Huskies are in trouble. They trail at halftime by 3, 40-37, as Villanova, thanks to 18 points from Jasmine Basco, have a 3-point advantage. Meanwhile, AZ Fudd leading the way with 13 for UConn. For the Huskies, it's the first time the women's team has trailed since they lost to Southern California back in December 21st of 2024. That's how long it's been since UConn has trailed at halftime in women's basketball. We'll continue on with our halftime report in a few moments. Get our halftime score: Creighton 45, ranked UConn 45, presented by Brown, Painderis, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball from Learfield.
UConn fans, when it comes to sports injuries, do you know where the Huskies go?
UConn Health, Connecticut's only public academic medical center. Our doctors advance research and train future generations of healthcare experts.
All while offering the latest injury prevention, treatment, and performance improvement.
UConn Health. We're delivering care that changes the game for athletes and for everyone.
Learn more at uconnhealth.org.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Halftime inside Gamble Pavilion, 45-45 the score. The Huskies tied with Creighton in a very special moment going on as we speak, as Emeka Okafor will become the third Husky to have his jersey number retired for the men's basketball program. His number 50 will no longer be worn for the Huskies, and he's being honored right now. The opportunity to talk to the media before this game against the Creighton Blue Jays, and he was asked about how it felt when he got that phone call that his number was going to be retired.
So Coach called me up and he said, "Hey, Coach." He called me, so we talked, and so it wasn't anything. I wasn't alarmed or anything. So when he called my song, okay, like, Coach, what's up? We chatted for a little bit. I called me because they wanted me to tell you that they're retiring your number, and when he told me, I just kind of let it linger a little bit, and to be honest, it still hasn't quite settled in. Not yet. I've gauged it more from people's reaction to. So it's really kind of marinated for the past few months, and it's a cool thing, man. It's a cool thing. My family's here. We just toured the practice facility, and now I'm seeing it. I've been there. I've obviously walked through it, but now I'm really like soaking in the legacies, going in on both the men's and women's side, looking at all the numbers and all the pictures, and being like, man, what a special basketball powerhouse for just men and women, just to be so highly regarded, and just to have the wealth of history and to be part of that, just makes me well up on the inside.
All right, that is Emeka Okafor, who is currently speaking to the fans right now inside Gamble Pavilion, and his number 50 is being raised to the rafters and stores. He is the third Husky to get that honor in the men's basketball program, joining Ray Allen's number 34 and Rip Hamilton's number 32. Emeka Okafor, 2004 Final Four Most Outstanding Player, also a two-time All-American and a two-time National Defensive Player of the Year, as he helped lead the Huskies to their second national title in 2004. Again, our halftime score is UConn 45, Creighton 45. Wayne Norman will have more coming up from Gamble Pavilion after 10 seconds for station ID, and these messages presented by Brown, Payne, Dearest, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball from Learfield.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. As one of the area's leading commercial lenders, we place a priority on helping local business owners build and grow their businesses, big or small. Because our lenders live and work in the markets we serve, our homegrown expertise can help create opportunities for local businesses to thrive. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
Are you traveling out of Bradley Airport and need a safe, reliable place to park your car? Trust your vehicle to Laz Fly Off-Airport Parking, located on Route 75 in Windsor Locks. They have both valet and self-park options to fit any budget. Laz Fly is open 24 hours a day and will get you to the airport on time, every time. Join their loyalty program to earn points for free parking, and be sure to ask about their corporate discounts. Save 20% by pre-booking online at lazfly.com. Laz Fly is the official parking company and a proud supporter of UConn Athletics.
UConn and Creighton tied at 45 at Gamble Pavilion. High-scoring first half. Nick Graves leading Creighton with 12 points, and Terrace Reed Jr. with a team-high 13 points and a team-high 6 rebounds for the Huskies, who shot 55% in the first half. Creighton shot 52%. Huskies 5 of 14 from 3, while Creighton was 3 for 9. Emeka Okafor speaking right now on the court. They just took the curtain off of his number 50, retired for eternity here at Gamble Pavilion. Below it, it says 2004 Most Outstanding Player, one of many accolades for Emeka Okafor here at the University of Connecticut. And I think back to some of the great memories of Emeka. I think everybody remembers his offensive rebound putback in the national semifinal game against Duke when UConn trailed by 8 with 2:40 to go. His putback gave UConn the lead for good. They won that game, and 2 nights later beat Georgia Tech for the national championship. But I also think back on Emeka's freshman year when he and Ben Gordon were Frosh. They went out to Arizona, and they were in trouble. But those two freshmen had phenomenal games at Arizona. UConn trailed by 6 points in overtime, and with Ben Gordon hitting threes and Emeka Okafor dominating the paint with, I think it was 12 blocks in that game, UConn won that game at Arizona. But the other story that really stands out to me for Emeka Okafor was in that national championship season of 2004. February the 28th, they were playing a game at Villanova. And in that contest, UConn was down late, but Rashad Anderson tied it with a corner jumper from the right side. But then Randy Foye of Villanova was going in for a game-winning layup. Emeka blocked that shot, forcing overtime. And then in the overtime period, Huskies took a 1-point lead. And once again, Randy Foye was going for a breakaway layup. Okafor lost his balance. He slipped. He recovered. He blocked the shot from behind in a 1-point game, and UConn won it 75-74. Just one tribute to the greatness of Emeka Okafor, who had 17 points in that game. Ben Gordon said that was the best block I ever saw. Two-time All-American, two-time National Defensive Player of the Year, the Final Four Most Outstanding Player. He just told a story on the court of being in a fourth-grade class. They put a map of the USA up there, and he's looking at states in New England, and he saw MA, Massachusetts. He saw RI for Rhode Island. He saw CT. He squinted to see what it said, and he says, what the heck would I ever do there? Well, he would go on to be one of the best basketball players in the history of the University of Connecticut and a 2004 national champion. Here at Gamble, UConn and Creighton tied at 45 from Brown, Panderas, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Power Station Events is the official production partner of the UConn Huskies, the ultimate one-stop source featuring audio, video, lighting, staging, talented DJs and musicians, photography and videography, stunning decor and florals, and much more. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, we want to thank UConn Nation as we look forward to the next 40 years. Visit us at powerstationevents.com and let us help you plan your next awesome event.
Hey, it's Mike Monaco.
And Chrissy Monaco. You know, champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask UConn's Alex Caravan and Ashland Shade. They count on Monaco Ford for performance, reliability, and a team that's got their back.
From the tough F-150 to the versatile Explorer and the thrilling Mustang, we've got the lineup built for winners.
Visit us in Glastonbury or Niantic today.
Or start your deal online at MonacoFord.com.
That's MonacoFord.com.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe. Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. All so you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Nuclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear. Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Connecticut. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Connecticut and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Connecticut.
Back at Gamble Pavilion, we're ready for the second half. And appropriately, we are tied at 45. A little bit of everything in the first half, but UConn had to overcome some adversity. Solo Ball had 3 fouls. Terrace Reid was limited to 12 minutes with 2 fouls. Braylon Mullins bailed him out a little late in the first half with a couple of buckets, and they're even at 45. Now, Creighton played as well as they can play, in my mind. 16 of 31 from the field, 10 of 14 from the free throw line. They out-rebounded UConn, and the game is tied.
Well, I think the bench is the big key for UConn. They would not be tied right now if it weren't for the 15 points off the bench as they came in the last 3 games, averaging only 8.7 points per game off the bench. You had 6 points by Eric Riba, who repeatedly, Dan Hurley talks about being one of the keys to the success this year. He had a big game against Georgetown with 10 points as well. Solo Ball picked up those 3 fouls, so the bench became more of a factor. Malachi Smith had 3 points off the bench, and Jaden Ross had 6. Could have had 8, but he missed a couple of free throws. So the bench was keeping UConn around. And again, they were lights out from 3 because the Creighton defense collapsed the first time these teams played on Terrace Reid in the middle. It opened the outside shooting, and UConn made them pay in Omaha. 16 of 31 from three-point range. Well, that three-point shooting not as good this time. 5 for 14 for UConn. Meanwhile, Creighton made 5 threes in the first half of that first game. They went 0 for 11 from 3 in the second half. Coach Hurley wouldn't mind that happening again here, but Creighton was only 3 for 9 from 3. But they did their damage in the paint. They got 22 points in the paint, and a lot of that came on dribble penetration. They got some of their players, especially Dix and also Zukic, who just drove 15, 20 feet away and got layups. And that's where some of those fouls came from. At least one of the Terrace Reed Jr. fouls came on help defense on a driving layup. So UConn's got to find a way to stop that dribble penetration, which, to be honest, is the worst dribble drive defense I think UConn has played in a half all year.
Well, credit Creighton as well for the shots they made. I mean, it wasn't like a layup drill. They were turning the corner, getting in the paint, and converting some difficult shots. So, again, on the radio side, we try to describe what exactly is happening. And Creighton played brilliantly in the first half. And they made a lot of shots in the paint. So did UConn, 22-20 points in the paint. Now, you go to halftime, you make adjustments. Let's see what Dan Hurley and the coaching staff comes up with here.
And two players who did not score against UConn the first 10 these teams played, Dix and Zukic, combined for 17 first half points.
All right, UConn, the home white, shooting at the basket to our right, where their own bench is. Creighton and the road blue shooting at the basket to our left. And so it'll be UConn ball to begin with. And Alex Caravan, Wayne, no points, 0 for 2.
Both three-pointers.
Both threes, a rebound and assist, and a turnover in 14 minutes. Now, Alex, as Dan Hurley was talking about a couple days ago, has been hurting a little bit. A little thigh injury that he got in the St. John's game. But he's out there right now. UConn working front court right. Mullins on the left sideline to Demery Jr. Screen by Reed. Demery Jr. into the paint. Gives to Mullins. Mullins step back jumper. Good! He buried it! And UConn leads 48-45. Back the other way on a drive. Blocked by Ross. Graves is down. He's hurt. It's 5-on-4. Demery to Caravan for three. In and out. And held ball, and UConn's going to get it back. No, Creighton will get it back.
Mullins has scored the last 9 UConn points. Last 6 of the first half, first 3 of the second half.
Well, he might have to do more because right now Caravan's 0 for 3. So it'll be Creighton ball to our right. What do we have here? And we still have a player down. Graves being helped up by Greg McDermott in that last sequence to our left. Getting up slowly and going back to the bench and holding his midsection.
Big game for Graves already. 12 points, 5 of 10 shooting after a 17-point game the first time these teams met.
And he was good the first time. Right, exactly. In Omaha, he was tremendous. He was their best player in the first half for sure. And so it'll be Creighton's ball off the held ball.
They bring Ty Davis in for Graves.
So Reed's got 13. Mullins has 11. So they have half of UConn's points between them. Josh Dix will inbound the ball. And he'll hand it over to Ty Davis. And Davis across the timeline right to the left, picked up by Mullins. Scoop hand off to Zukic, left wing. Starts to his right. Zukic pulls and hands over to Davis on the left wing. They go down low to Green. Working on Reed. He's got 2, remember. Green faces up. Crossover move. Attacks Reed. Tries to put up a jump hook. No good. Rebound Mullins. Good D by Reed that time. Here's Demery front court right. On the left wing holds. Gives to Mullins. Cutting into the paint. Pull up by Mullins. He drops it in. The kid. Braylon the Kid, 50-45, UConn by 5.
10 straight UConn points, all by Mullins.
Here's Davis out near the UConn logo. Gives to Green, high post right. Hand off Zukic, can't get the shot up. Steal by Mullins. They tried to go down low to Green. Caravan runs to the front court. Fires left. Demery, step back jumper. No! And a rebound by Josh Dix. Dix sprints to the front court. Fires left to Trout. Trout's 3. No good back rim. Long rebound. Dix for 3. And that one's good. Well, Creighton got a little bit of a break there. It was a long rebound. Came to Dix. And he was able to line it up and knock it down. He's got 11. 50-48 UConn. 2 minutes into the second half. Demery between the rings. Fires right to Mullins. Mullins on the left sideline. Down low to Reed. One-on-one with Green. He spins inside. He lost it. He regains it. Tries to give it to Demery. But it's stolen by Creighton, and on a run out, Ty Davis. Attacking Mullins cut off there. Backs away. Got away with a travel. Dumps it down low to Green.
I thought he traveled too.
And they give it back. It's Dix. Guarded by Ross out on the perimeter. Tries to beat him off the dribble. Pushes away with his right hand. Missed the shot. Rebound Caravan. Hands to Mullins, front court right. High screen. Reed. Mullins to the basket. No. Rebounded by Zukic. Zukic on a run out. Fires left to Trout. Tries another three. That one no good. Rebound Reed. Right in front of the Creighton bench. Trout lined it up but couldn't make it go. Demery front court right. Spins it to his left. Looks for Caravan out front. Caravan tries for three. Short. And a long rebound. Who's got it? Mullins dives on it. And Zukic comes up with it. Ahead to Josh Dix, front court left. Gives to Green. Green ball over his head. Thought about shooting. Starts moving left with a dribble. And gives it up. Kicks it over to Trout. Ball's going to check in. They fire it over to Dix. Stolen by Demery. Demery to the basket. Attacks Dix and lays it in. And he's fouled. Coast to coast by Silas. The silencer. And UConn by 4. He'll get a free throw attempt.
And that's a big foul on Dix. Their leading scorer picks up number 3.
And so we get substitutions for Creighton. Hudson Greer comes in. And Graves is okay. He's back. Nick Graves, the senior guard from Durham, North Carolina, who already has a dozen points. Demery on the line. 16:25 to go. Jalen Stewart set to check in. Austin Schwartz for Creighton. Demery's free throw, good. So Silas now with 5 points and 7 assists. Ross comes out.
That's UConn's biggest lead.
Stewart comes in. It's been tough to shake the Blue Jays. Graves walks it across the timeline right to left. Guarded by Demery Jr. on the left sideline. Out front it comes to Zukic. He's got Caravan on him. They fire it left to Schwartz. He backs away on the left wing and passes out front to Zukic. Zukic starts right. Guarded by Reed. Kicks it down low. Steal by Demery. And a breakout. Demery attacking and laying it up, and he's fouled. He went right at Hudson Greer. He drew the contact. And Demery now fired up. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, first it was Mullins to start the second half with a 3 and a 2, and then Demery took over. A steal, a layup, a free throw, and this time his steal gets him to the line for a chance for 2 more free throws.
All right, Mullins is coming out, and he is limping, favoring his left leg. I don't know what's up with that. We'll try to find out as the trainer goes over to work with him. Ball is in, so they need something from Solo here. Demery on the line, rolls it in off the front rim. 5 points for him. Or 8 points now. Another opportunity for Demery. That one rolls in exactly the same way off the front rim. UConn 55, Creighton 48.
Starting the second half on a 10-3 run.
This is Graves. And almost traveled. He gives it up to Green up front. Green left-hand dribble to Zukic. In the paint on Caravan. Missed the shot. Good D by Alex. Rebound Reed. Outlet Demery. Gives to Ball. Ball try to turn the corner. Step back 3 by Solo. Back rim no good. Reed tips it. And it's in the hands of Zukic. Zukic sprints to the front court. Pulls up outside the arc. Gives to Graves. Step back jumper by Graves over Caravan for 3. So Creighton now back within 4, 55-51. Demery between the rings, front court right, guarded by Graves. One bounce to Caravan at the high post. Down low, they get it to Reed, and Reed dunks it. Great pass by Caravan. UConn 57, Creighton 51. 15 minutes to go. And the timeouts Under 16 minutes. UConn has come roaring out of the locker room after the Emeka Okafor jersey was retired up in the ceiling. And so the Huskies have a 6-point lead. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohls.com. From Brown Pay, Darris and Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Hey, Husky fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to UConn basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UConn Huskies. Let's go, Huskies! SeatGeek.
Husky pride is in full swing. Academic minds are hard at work and play. As a supporter of all things Husky, Travelers is proud to sponsor UConn and its exciting sports programs. From football to basketball to hockey, we're Husky all the way. Travelers in UConn, committed to the young people who are the future of Connecticut.
UConn fans, when it comes to sports injuries, do you know where the Huskies go?
UConn Health, Connecticut's only public academic medical center. Our doctors advance research and train future generations of healthcare experts.
All while offering the latest injury prevention, treatment, and performance improvement.
UConn Health, we're delivering care that changes the game for athletes and for everyone.
Learn more at uconnhealth.org.
Huskies live here. You're listening to play-by-play coverage of UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy Dealers broadcast location.
Our booth sponsor this season is the Connecticut Chevy Dealers, home to a century of truck capability, featuring America's most dependable trucks. Visit your local Connecticut Chevy dealer today. Chevy drives America. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman. Our engineer, Alex Green, as UConn has come out strong out of the locker room in the first 5 minutes. They lead by 6, 57-51. And they've been able to control the Creighton offense somewhat after a strong first-half effort by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Creighton 2 for 8 for the floor in the second half, and they were 0 for 2 from 3 until Graves came back from being shaken up a little bit, and he nailed a 3 from the top of the circle. But Braylon Mullins had a pretty quiet first half for the first 19 minutes, but then he had a three-point play, a 15-footer and a free throw, and then he followed that with a buzzer-beating 3 to end the first half to tie the game. Then he scored the first 6 points of the second half, so he scored 11 straight UConn points. He had a 3 and a 2, and then Silas Demery took over, a three-point play, a steal, a fast break with a free throw, and then he got fouled and 2 free throws again, and then Terrace Reed. So the Huskies really have gotten production by 2 key players.
And here come the Blue Jays. They beat the press as Wayne was recapping things, and Green put a shot up, but he got fouled. Good play by the Blue Jays to beat the pressure, and then Green will go to the line to shoot 2.
UConn women leading Villanova 51-47. They trailed at halftime 41-37.
All right, Green on the line. Free throw, rims in. He's got 3 points now, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, Green is 0 for 4 from the floor, but he has done all his damage from the line. He had 11 rebounds on Saturday against Villanova, 8 in this game.
He had 25 against the Huskies in the Big East semifinal last year. Helped eliminate UConn. He makes both free throws, and the lead cut to 57-53. This is Demery, top of the three-point arc. Backs away. Ryder looks to set him a screen. Kicks it out front to Ball. Ball pull up mid-range. No good. Caravan bats it out to Trout. And now here come the Blue Jays again. Graves. Crossover. Open over Demery for 3. Wow. What a shot. And just like that, they're back within 1. Graves has 18 points. Demery front court right. Guarded by Dix. Hands over to Caravan. Caravan back to Demery in the left wing. Demery Trying to get a shot off, couldn't. He kicks it to Stewart. Stewart right wing the ball. Ryba trying to get position. He can't. They're down to 6. Now they're down to 5. They need something. It's Demery. No. And a rebound. Creighton. And here they come from court left. Austin Schwartz. Double for the moment. Now he gives up his dribble and skips it over to Graves. Nick Graves, senior guard, behind the screen. Left. Trying to set up ball. Drives inside. Off balance. Can't get a shot off. Down to 7. Down to 6. Dix has it on the left wing, guarded by Karaban. He fires over Karaban and makes it. Wow. Creighton Blue Jays, what an answer. And they lead 59-57.
8-0 run for the Blue Jays.
Here's Demery on the right sideline, front court right. Screen by Ryba. Starts to his left. Fires it right. They threw it away. The ball made a cut and then went backwards in the turnover. So Mullins, Ross, and Malachi Smith will come in. UConn takes out Jalen Stewart. Alex Karaban comes out. He's yet to score 0 for 4. Demery comes out.
Just the third UConn turnover. Demery got that one.
Well, Creighton doesn't turn many teams over. That's not their strength. And now Dix will look to inbound the ball, and the Husky fans get on their feet. As Creighton has rallied with 8 straight points. This is Graves. He's guarded by Malachi Smith, front court left. And Mullins nearly stole it on the pass to the left sideline, knocked it out of bounds.
Good to see Mullins back as he left with somewhat of a limp earlier. Looks like he might be favoring something, but he says, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play."
Might be a Charlie horse. Looks to be okay. Schwartz looks to inbound. He gets the handoff back. Guarded by Ball, starts to his left, back to his right. A steal by Ross. Ross on a run out, and he goes alley-oop to Mullins. He missed it, and then Ball missed the layup, and a foul is called. No. A Creighton player came from out of bounds to inbounds, and they take the ball away from the Blue Jays and give it to UConn. Wow.
Mullins got shaken up on that, too. He hit the deck, and he's walking gingerly after getting up.
So they're going to review this.
Mullins missed the dunk.
Yeah, he got up high and couldn't get it down, and then Ball was right there to get the offensive rebound, but his bank shot didn't go in.
Possession set up by the second steal of the game by Ross. We've talked a lot about the bench scoring, but there's been other things the bench has done. Ross has got those couple of steals. Malachi Smith has some assists.
UConn comes in here having won 20 of 21 games. Creighton, meanwhile, has dropped 7 of their last 9, but they are playing the Huskies even, and they lead by 2, 59-57.
They've gone 1-3 since losing to UConn on January 31st, 85-68. They were 0 for 11 from 3 in the second half of that game, but in the second half of this game tonight, they've been bombing away from 3, and they're 4 for 6.
85-58. UConn won in Omaha. They put a show on in the second half. But here they trail by 2, 59-57. Malachi Smith looking to inbound the ball. And gets it into Mullins. Mullins step back jumper for 3. Got it! Oh, baby! Mullins, 16 points. He's on fire. UConn by 1, 60-59. Somebody's got to stop Graves. They can't contend with him. They get it to Trout on the left sideline. He hands it to Dix. Back out front it comes. And now a handoff to Austin Schwartz. Driving to the basket over Ryba. Try to alley-oop it. Intercepted. Mullins has it. Mullins to the front court. And he is fouled by Trout. And so that stops play for the moment.
It's not just the scoring by Mullins. 8 points in the first half, 8 points in the second half. But that would be rebound number 6.
Yeah, the leading rebounder along with Reed. Reed's got 9. Reed's got 15 points, 9 rebounds. Only played 17 minutes because of the 2 fouls.
Isaac Trout picks up foul number 1.
Malachi with it. Between the ring. Starts to the right sideline. Gives to Ball. Ball to the cutting Ross. Ross cross-court skip. Mullins for 3. One more time! Braylon the Kid with a moon ball. 63-59.
The bringer of rain.
All right, here's Graves. Drives inside on Malachi. Can't get a shot off. What's he going to do now? Backdoor cut to Trout, and he lays it in. Creighton answers again. 63-61, UConn by 2. 11:40 to go. Here's Malachi Smith. Front court right on the right sideline. Back to his left with it. Looks for Ball. Gets it to Ball. Ball's three. No good. Rebound Ross. Puts it up. And in and out it goes. A foul is called on Creighton. That's their fourth team foul. And the under 12 minute, 11:29 to go. Don't go anywhere. This thing is going right down to the wire. UConn leading by one. There's two, 63-61. UConn basketball brought to you by Johnson Bernetti, proud to be the official wealth management sponsor of the UConn Huskies. And from Brown Paint Harrison Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. Connecticut is Husky Nation. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman, a wild one at Gamble. They play it to a 45-45 tie. At halftime, UConn came roaring out of the locker room, opened up a good lead, and before you know it, an 8-0 run by Creighton, and they had the lead back. Right now, UConn leading 63-61 with 11:29 to go.
Braylon Mullins getting it done here in the second half as he has been lights out. He's got 11 of his 19 points in the second half. His career high was 24, set January 7th in the overtime win at Providence. But the way he's going, he might challenge that later on. And it's interesting how in the last 5 games, he's been a big first half scorer, not a second half scorer. This is unusual for him to be such a strong scorer in the second half. In the last 5 games coming in, he'd scored 65 points and 48 came in the first half. But he's continued that hot shooting from the end of the first half into this second half, as Braylon Mullins in the second half is 4 for 6 on the floor, 3 for 3 from three-point range.
And
go ahead.
UConn is leaving Caravan and Reed on the bench right now. They're sticking with Ryba and Ross, along with Mullins and Ball, and Malachi Smith will inbound the ball to our right on the baseline. And Malachi having his trouble, and he just barely gets it into Ross and back out front to Ball. All right, Solo starts to his right, 20-second clock starts running. Solo out front to Mullins, screened by Ryba. Mullins in the paint, 15-footer, back rim no good, and that one rebounded by Graves. Graves to the front court gives to Dix. Dix fires it right to Jason Green. Left-handed penetration. A spin move blocked by Ryba. And a foul on Malachi Smith. And that puts Green on the line to try to tie the game up.
Green not doing much field goal-wise, but he's getting the job done at the line where he's been 6 times already, 4 for 6, a team-high 8 rebounds. Smith picks up foul number 1.
Creighton now 12 of 16 on the line. UConn 7 of 12, and Green's free throw's good. It's a 1-point game. UConn 63 to 62.
Creighton, the second best free throw shooting team in the Big East at 75%.
Green, another chance here. That one's good. So they've outscored UConn 14 to 7 on the free throw line. And UConn front court right. Mullins, we're tied at 63, 11 minutes to go. Mullins fires to Malachi Smith between the rings, starts to his left, gives back to Ryba out front. Hand off Mullins, long three. In and out, and boarded. A foul is called on UConn. It's on Ross, who tried to crash the offensive glass. Right now, UConn is leaning hard on Mullins for offense. He shot that one from about 25 feet straight away. Demery comes back for ball. Solo's been quiet. Only 5 points in this one. 2 for 7 from the field. 1 of 6 from 3.
And that 3-foul first half for him has kind of slowed him down. Made him play very tentative defensively. You can't reach in and get number 4.
All right, Graves across the timeline right to left. Malachi picks him up. Now he starts to his left and blows by Malachi. Into the paint. Blocked by Ross. And it's off of Graves. Great play by Jaden Ross. Creighton might want to review it. I don't know. They're discussing it, but they haven't changed anything.
Second block for Ross. We talked about the bench production, not just points. They've done some other good things too, including 2 blocks by Ross. Got the assist by Malachi Smith. He's got 4 of them.
All right, Terrace Reed is back in the ball game. Demery across the timeline, left to right. Demery starts to his left. Now he fires to Malachi Smith on the left sideline. Bounces down low to Reed, skips it out front to Ross. Ross drives inside, gives to Demery. On a bounce to Mullins on the right wing. Mullins crossover. Can't get by Trout. Now he spins by Trout. Try to put it up, knocked out of bounds by Creighton. Oh. Well, they say it was off of Reed. Mullins tried an acrobatic bank shot. He didn't catch any iron.
After that big start to this half, 11 points since halftime, he's now missed the last 3 UConn shots.
And he is not walking 100%. He doesn't look 100%, I should say, as he walks back to the front court of Creighton. Long way to go in this one. 10-10 remaining.
Creighton out rebounding UConn 30 to 25.
We're tied at 63. UConn crowd on their feet again. Graves has it at the Husky logo, guarded by Malachi Smith. Out front it comes to Zukic. High post handoff. Green left of the lane. Green holds, gives to Dix, and he fires a 3 and hits. UConn's defense left him open somehow, and Dix is hot. He's got 17. Him and Graves have 35 points for Creighton. 66-63, they lead. This is Malachi Smith. Front court right. Starts to his left, gives to Mullins. Mullins, baseline jumper, in and out, and it's rebounded by Dix. The Creighton guards are doing a nice job of rebounding. Dix has got 6 of them. Here he is in the front court left, picked up by Demery. Starts to his right, fires it left to Graves, near corner, and Ross knocked it out of bounds. Ball and Caravan are going to check in here. Mullins will take a breather, and Malachi Smith as well.
Ball and Caravan have combined to shoot 2 for 11 from the floor.
9:13 to go. Creighton leading 66-63. Green on the baseline to our left. Working on Reed, trying to spin on him. He goes spinning and he tried to reverse it. No. Blocked by Reed. Rebound Caravan. Outlet Demery. Demery front court right. Foul line extended. Starts back to his left. Now gives to Reed at the high post right. Hand off to Caravan. Spins around the screen. Caravan floats it in. A runner from 12 feet away. And Caravan finally has a field goal. 1-point game. 66-65. Creighton. Graves. Front court left. He's at the timeline. Starts to his left. Guarded by Ross. Now fires it out front to Trout. He shoots a 3. In and out. batted around, rebound Demery. Demery sprints to the front court. Off the screen of Reed, into the paint, kicks it back out front to Ball. Ball, right wing, now to Caravan on the left wing. Caravan working on Trout, drives inside, lost it. And on a breakout, here's Dix on Demery. And Demery is called for a foul. I don't think he was shooting. I don't think they're going to give him two. I doubt it.
Alex just lost the handle at one end, but only 5 turnovers now for UConn.
They're giving him 2 shots. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. He wasn't moving toward the rim. He was driving the basketball.
Well, Dix got up slowly. He's limping around, and they've moved that silly pair of blue balloons behind the other hoop now where Creighton is shooting. Those big, high inflatable balloons.
All right, Blue Jays got lucky there because Dix was fouled before he attempted a shot. They're getting 2 free throws.
He's still not right. He just bent over again before he took the shots.
They made the free throw, though. They're 15 of 19. They've outscored UConn by 8 on the line tonight.
Well, the one thing they don't do is foul. They're number 1 in the Big East and fewest fouls committed a game, number 11 in the country. So they're not a team that's going to put you on the line.
But he makes both of them. So a gift from the officials there, and Dix makes it pay off with 2 free throws. And now Creighton leads 68 to 65. 8 minutes to go in the game. Demery gives the ball on the right sideline, gets it back on the left outside the arc on the wing. Demery on a handoff from Reed. Now Ball into the paint. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Back out front to Ross. 12 seconds to shoot. Ball trying to spin in traffic. And he gets the shot off. It's short. It's rebounded by Creighton. No whistle there. Graves to the front court. Gives it up to Schwartz, who drives inside and lays it in. So Creighton back up by 5. 70 to 65. 7.5 to go. And a timeout called by the Huskies.
11-2 run now by Creighton. As that time it was more of a transition opportunity, but they were able to drive the ball in the paint, which has been very effective for them so far.
All right, full timeout under 8 minutes, 7:31 to go. And Creighton has regained the lead, 70 to 65. UConn basketball sponsored by New Face Home Improvements, locally trusted for any roofing, siding, windows, doors, or bathroom upgrades. Your home is like our home. From Brown Paint Terrace and Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe. Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. Also, you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Nuclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's not just by providing banking services, though we're very good at that. We pride ourselves in giving back in ways that go beyond banking. Acts that range from serving on local boards to neighborhood food pantries. Our employees do so not because they have to, but willingly because they care. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting a little more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
Sick of gray, gloomy winter hibernation? At Kohl's, you can make spring come early with colorful accents that brighten up your home, like vibrant cookware and decor, cozy bedding and towels. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members save 15% on home purchases. So shop Kohl's Home Refresh and move on to spring. The weather will catch up eventually. Select styles. Offer ends March 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy Dealers broadcast location.
UConn basketball action sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Hartford. Make your move. Connect with the top orthopedic specialists at OAHCT.com. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman. Gamble Pavilion opened January 27, 1990. UConn 237 wins, 44 losses since then in this building. They've won 39 of their last 43 here. Arizona clipped them in November. Dan Hurley, 58-9 in this building. But right now, UConn trails Creighton by 70-65.
And UConn's first Big East game after returning to the Big East in this building came in 2000, and Creighton was the opponent, and UConn should have won that game. They lost the game in overtime to Creighton despite 40 points by James Bouknight, a Gamble Pavilion record. Huskies got back in the game, had a 4-point lead after a couple of back-to-back threes by Mullins, but they've gone 1 for 7 since that time. The only field goal by Karaban, as Creighton is on an 11-2 run. They found the range from the second half. Meanwhile, the UConn women had a third quarter, 26-12 at Villanova. And midway through the fourth quarter, they're leading the second-place Wildcats 69-55.
Ross inbounds to Demery, front court right. Now it's Ross out front with Ball, Demery, Reed, and Mullins. Here's Demery trying to get it down low to Reed. Can't do it. Reed sets him a screen up top. Demery peels around it, gives it to Reed, who tried to lay it up and didn't go in. It's rebounded by Creighton. They hand it to Graves. Graves in the front court. Guarded by Demery, and a foul called on Creighton for an illegal screen.
I think they got Conan for that.
Yeah, he lifted his elbow up, and he got Demery in the chops. So that stops play under 8 minutes and 7:02 to go. And that is the 5th team foul on Creighton. UConn has 4 team fouls. 70-65. Blue Jays lead. UConn men's basketball brought to you by JT Gamo. Hartford at jtgamo.com. Connecticut's #1 place for tux rentals, custom fit suits, and men's fashion. From Brown Paint, Harrison Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Is your retirement game plan a well-executed play or just a Hail Mary? I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner at Johnson Brunetti. As the official wealth management sponsor of the UConn Huskies, we've helped over 7,000 families navigate and thrive in retirement. Level up your financial playbook by visiting johnsonbrunetti.com for free financial planning resources. Johnson Brunetti Retirement, your financial playmaker. Johnson Brunetti is a marketing name for the businesses of JV Capital and JN Financial. Investment advisory services offered through JV Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
We're back in 60 seconds after this from your local station. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We'll be at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia Saturday. UConn collides with Villanova. Join us for all the action starting at 5 p.m. Hard Auto Group countdown to tip here along the UConn Sports Network, the Varsity Network app, and the VarsityNetwork.com, plus Sirius XM Channel 83. UConn trailing 70-65. 7:02 to go. They've made one of their last 8 field goal attempts, while Creighton has started to light it up. 5 of 9 from 3 in the second half.
And part of the problem UConn is having is they had 15 bench points in the first half. They have no bench points in the second half, and they need some of that bench production because Ball and Karaban, 2 starters, have combined to go 3 for 14 from the floor. And Terrace Reed Jr. had a big first half. He's only taken 2 shots in the first 13 minutes of the second half. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, Blue Jays doing a nice job of defending Reed in the second half. Here's Demery. They get it down low to Reed. Power move, left-hand hook, and no good. Rebounded by Creighton. Blake Harper got in there for it. They've done a good job on the boards. 33-26 the advantage. Here's a 3, no good by Harper. Rebounded by Karaban. Demery gets up slowly, and he's limping to the front court. So a lot of wounded Warriors right now. Here's Karaban, top of the arc. Behind the screen of Reed into the paint. He has the ball stolen, but a foul is called. And somebody from Creighton threw the ball down the other end of the court. The foul is on Nick Graves. And that is the 6th team foul on Creighton.
It's his second personal foul.
So 6.5 to go. Long way to go in this one. Creighton trying to become the first team to defeat Dan Hurley in this building 3 times. They got one in the COVID year. And Josh Dix is coming back in for Creighton. He will replace Austin Schwartz.
Creighton 5th place in the Big East. Villanova's in 3rd last night. They won at Xavier in overtime, 92-89.
Now here's ball on the inbound between the rings. Starts to his left. Picked up by Zukic on the switch. Here's Demery on a floater. No good. Rebound Reed. Reed spins left, spins right, and no good. And the ball is rebounded by Creighton. So a couple of opportunities for UConn. 6:10 to go.
Huskies one of the last 11.
Graves fires right to Zukic. Tries to blow by a ball. A foul is called on ball.
Number 4.
And Solo's really upset. You don't see him like that very often. So what is UConn going to do? Dan Hurley looking down at his coaches. They might just, no, they're going to bring Malachi Smith in here.
So it'll be the 2 point guards playing in the backcourt, Demery and Smith.
All right, so Creighton inbound the ball to our left. Blake Harper looks to get it in. He's having trouble, and he does barely get it in. Out near the timeline. And a handoff to Nick Graves. Graves with a crossover. And a kick out in the near corner. Harper's 3 is good. So Blake Harper hits, and the biggest lead of the ballgame by either team. Creighton 73-65.
Set up by a wipeout pick by Karen Conan, who knocked down Malachi Smith.
Here's Demery between the rings. Straight on the basket, and he gives to Mullins. Mullins guarded there. The handoff Reed. Mullins in the corner for 3. Tough shot, and he made it. Wow. Difficult shot by Mullins. The timeout call by Dan Hurley. 5:23 to go. Boy, Mullins, what a shot maker he is. He's got 22. It's a 30-second timeout. The Huskies still alive. They have a timeout. Creighton's got a couple. Next foul by Creighton will put UConn in the bonus. Huskies have 5 team fouls. So
Terrace Reed Jr. has a career-high 49 assists on this season. That's a season total of assists. He just got his 2nd assist of the game on that kick-out pass to Braylon Mullins, who's now 2 points off his career high for the season of 24. He's got 22. He's 8 of 19 and 5 of 9 from 3.
Terrace has been quiet offensively, though. Second half, just 2 points for him. Was 6 of 7 in the first half, and he's 1 of 4 here in the second. So they need Reed's offense down the stretch, and obviously Mullins. Caravan is quiet.
Reed does have a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds.
So Creighton will inbound the ball to our right after the 3 from Mullins. Caravan guards the inbounds, and they get it into Jason Green. Green hands off to Nick Graves. Graves has 18 points. He's guarded by Malachi Smith. Gives it up to Green on a high post. Green with a handoff to Zukic. And he drives in on Mullins, throws a left elbow, and he's able to lay it in. Got away with it. 75-68. Zukic with 9. UConn trails. Here's Mullins out front. Gives to Demery. Right wing. Demery skips it to Caravan straight away. Caravan out of Reed at the high post. Handoff back to Alex. Into the paint. Alex floats it up. No good. Rebound Reed. And rebound Reed, and he is fouled on that. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for Reed. And these are crucial now. Under 5 minutes to go, and UConn trailing by 7.
Creighton now rebounded UConn by 3 in the first half and by 3 here in the second half. 35-29 total. Huskies have been really good with offensive rebounds this year, but only 6 in this game.
Zukic and Dix have 11 rebounds from the guard position.
Zukic picked up his second foul.
All right, Reed on the line. The first one is up, no good. Back rim. 1-on-1, got to make them. So Jason Green comes up with it. He walks it across the timeline. And he hands off to Graves. He stands at the timeline with it, gives it a bounce to Green. Green spins it to Zukic, long three. Back rim, no good. Rebound, Ross. Ross gives to Demery. Creighton now 9 of 19 from three. Demery on the left wing with it. Looking for Mullins. He gets it to Mullins. Back to Demery. Drives in the paint. Kicks it to Malachi Smith. Malachi drives inside. Floats it up. No good. And a rebound, Green. Once again, Green with a rebound. Here's Dix. Runs to the front court. Gives it up to Green. Outside the arc on the left wing. Fires right to Graves. Under 4 minutes to go. Time running short. Here's Green on the left wing outside the arc. Holds. They're down to 7. They attack the rim. And Harper on the baseline working on Ross. Nowhere to go. Fades away and hits. Oh, that could be big. 3.5 to go. And Creighton able to get a bucket and have a lead of 9, 77-68.
Harper hit that turnaround and launched it just as the shot clock expired.
So UConn's got a major hill to climb here. They trail by 9, 3:33 to go. On the go, I want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country. Download the free Varsity Network app. Available on Apple and Android with new features this season. Easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the free Varsity Network app now. We pause 10 seconds for Station ID, presented by Brown Pay Darris and Scott. This is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield.
There's something new to cheer about. Introducing the exclusive M&T Bank UConn debit and credit card collection. Pick your favorite design and pay like a champion. To open an account or upgrade your current card, visit mtb.com/UConn or stop by an M&T Bank branch near you. M&T Bank, the official bank of UConn. Member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association.
Hey, Husky fans! It's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to UConn basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UConn Huskies. Let's go Huskies! SeatGeek.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The UConn Huskies are on the air. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Stay with us after the game. The Hart Auto Group postgame show brings you highlights and Dan Hurley's postgame interview, stats, and scores, courtesy of the Hart Auto Group. Proud sponsor of UConn Athletics, bringing you championship deals every day. You got to drive Hart. Shop in-store or online at hartcars.com.
Huskies shot very well from the floor first time they played Creighton, but now they've missed 11 of their last 13 shots. Creighton's made 4 of its last 6. They've extended the lead out to 9 now at 77-68, and they're in the middle of by my quick math, 18-5 run. So it's really a UConn offense. The collective poor shooting by UConn, especially here in the second half, by all players not named Mullins, and Demery had a little run earlier on too.
Well, let's credit Creighton's defense too. They've been tightening up on UConn in the half-court game. They haven't let Reed get the ball. Reed has only gotten 4 shots off in the second half and only scored 2 points. Here's Demery. Across the timeline. 3.5 to go. Top of the three-point arc guarded by Zukic. He looks to Mullins. Gets to Mullins on the left wing. Now to Reed. Gets a handoff back. Mullins drives the baseline. Nowhere to go. Kicks to Reed. Now they got to start back again. It's Ball. Top of the arc. Ball. 15-foot elbow jumper. That's no good. And a rebound batted around, and it's in the hands of Dix. So solo Ball, 2 for 9 tonight. Caravan 1 for 6. So 3 of 15 for those two. Now Graves in the driver's seat as he hands it over to Green. Green top of the arc gives to Harper. Picked up by Reed on a switch. They pump it down low to Green. He's got Reed on his shoulder, facing him up. Baseline goes to the little hook, and no good. Rebound Demery. 2:40 to go. Demery to the front court. They're guarding Mullins everywhere. They give it a Reed out front. Back to Mullins. Mullins with a little jab step into the paint. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Green. So Mullins has gone cold. He's 8 for 20 now on the game. And here come the Blue Jays walking it across the timeline. It's in the hands of Nick Graves. Had a great night. 18 points. Graves starts to his left at the hash. Out front to Zukic. Now Green, high post left. We're at 2 minutes to go. Green spins to his right, working on Reed. Wants to get another hook. He puts up a hook shot. No good. Rebound Reed. Outlet Demery. Under 2 minutes to go. Crowd on their feet. Demery starts to his right. Now another screen by Reed. Demery into the paint. Goes to the basket. Put it up and in. No foul call. And UConn within 7. 77-70. Minute 37 to go. Josh Dix kicks in the near corner. A three-pointer. Good. Blake Harper. He's knocked down 2 big ones. Minute 26 left. And Creighton leads by 10. Demery, front court right. Turns the corner and a foul is called against Creighton. With a minute 19 to go and UConn down 10. Wow, Creighton, who made only 5 threes the first time these two played. They've got more than that tonight if we can catch up statistically here. I think they've got 10 after that
Huskies were down 13 at Providence, rallied back to tie the game and win the game in overtime. Well, they made a little run there after that drive by Demery. His shot was blocked, but he still muscled up and in. No foul was called on the play, and then Harper had a dagger of 3 at the other end.
It's a 1-1. And Silas' first one is good. So UConn 8 of 14 from the line. They've been outscored by 8 points on the line, and they trail by 9. So Creighton, what a turnaround for them. They got whipped at home 85-58 by UConn 18 days ago. They've come in here and done something that not many people have done, and that's win at Gamble. And no team's ever won 3 times against Dan Hurley in this building.
Looks like a continuation of last night. I think it was 7 top 25 teams lost yesterday.
And missed by Demery. So final minute, 16. Into the front court, Blake Harper on the right sideline. He attacks Demery and he's fouled. That's just the team foul number 6. So it'll be Creighton ball with a minute 11 to go. UConn down 9.
4 fouls on Silas Demery. 4 fouls on Solo Ball with a minute 11 to go.
It's going to be side out here. Harper to inbound the ball on the right sideline. Jalen Stewart is in. Harper looking to get it in and having his troubles, and he gets it into Zukic. And a foul is called, so Zukic will go to the line here to shoot 1-on-1.
Huskies have to foul quickly because you know that Creighton's going to try to run the clock down. In fact, 2 of their last 3 shots have come right at the shot clock buzzer. They've gone in, by the way.
Yeah, Creighton has been a real problem for UConn in the Big East. They have beaten UConn 9 of 14 times they've met. And they're closing in on doing it again. Zukic, 11 points.
After scoring none against UConn the first time these teams played.
That one's good. 81-71. So Creighton, which had been struggling mightily, dropped 7 of 9. 3 of 4 since UConn beat them out in Omaha.
Even the student section was sleeping. They didn't put those inflatable balloons up until after the first free throw was made.
All right, Zukic again. And that one's good. So Creighton on the free throw line has won this game, at least in that category. Here's Demery sprinting to the front court. Attacks the rim, gets hit, and he's fouled. 2 free throws for Silas. Minute 4 left. That's what you got to do. You got to sprint to the basket and hope to get contact and then stop the clock.
So Mullins had the big second half for UConn, but really nobody else offensively stepped up.
Yeah, Terrace Reed being held to 2 points. As Demery's free throws up and good.
And when those guys don't score, including Ball and Caravan, you need that production they got off the bench in the first half with 15 points. Well, that's still at 15. They've not had a bench point in the second half.
Yeah, both teams with 15 points.
Off the bench.
15 bench points, that is. All right, Demery makes them both. 82-73, minute 4 to go. Zukic looks to get it in. And he has the ball stolen. No, what do you got? A timeout call by Creighton as the Huskies stole the inbounds.
But not before the timeout was called.
Yeah, apparently.
So, smart timeout call by Creighton. They'll get another opportunity to inbound the ball up at this point.
Up to this point, Creighton's only decent wins were against Villanova and Oregon, and Oregon's had a bad year. So losses to Gonzaga, Nebraska, Seton Hall, St. John's, UConn, Villanova. I mean, they've had a rough year without Ryan Kalkbrenner, who's now in the NBA.
And without Jackson McAndrew, who was one of their top returning players from last year, a 6'10 forward who played 4 games and hasn't played since. They thought he'd have a big year.
And Owen Freeman, who came from Iowa as the freshman of the year in the Big Ten last year, he's been in and out of the lineup. He's unable to play.
Didn't play in this game tonight. You may remember the 6 overtime UConn lost to Syracuse. Well, on today's date in '84, UConn lost in triple overtime at the Carrier Dome, as Ray Broxton's layup with 5 seconds left forced the first overtime. Larry Blucher's 2 free throws after the final buzzer of the first overtime tied the game. He thought he'd won it, jumped around like he thought he'd won it, but they didn't. And they eventually got the second overtime ending with 2 Vern Giscombe free throws and eventually lost the game 87-85 on today's date in 1984.
All right, Creighton going to inbound the ball to our right. Full court pressure by the Huskies. Minute 4 remaining, 82-73, Creighton with the lead.
Huskies will look for a quick steal here, and if not, you got a foul, and you try to keep Zukic off the line.
And they try to get it in. Harper does finally get it into Zukic, who was fouled.
It's not the guy you want at the free throw line if you're UConn, but that's who they got the ball to. Got away from Jaden Ross, who committed the foul.
So the Blue Jays come into Gamble Pavilion unless something miraculous happens here in the last minute and 3. And they were able to knock off UConn. There's still time, but not much. That's for sure. The UConn this season has beaten a number 5 team, a number 9 team, number 14, number 20. They've got 13 quad 1 and 2 wins on the season. Here tonight, the second half, they've been outscored 32-23 as the Husky offense left the building. All right, Zukic tries to make it a 10-point game, and he does. So Creighton on the line 20 times, made 16 of them. Outscored UConn by 9 on the line and leading by 10.
Huskies were up by 7, 4 minutes into the second half. Since that time, it's been 35-18 Creighton.
Yeah, very much like what UConn did to Creighton in the second half in Omaha. Missed free throw. Demery runs to the front court with a minute to go and fires it to Ryba. Ryba to hand off to Mullins. They go back to Ryba, who dives inside and missed the bank shot. Creighton rebounds the ball, and the Blue Jays have the ball game in hand with 46.9 left.
Braylon Mullins commits a foul.
The Huskies missed some shots tonight, second half especially.
I've got them 2 of the last 17.
Yeah, 8 of 28 in the second half.
Make that 3 of the last 17.
Well, the Huskies had a couple of good offensive showings recently, but their defense has been soft. Dan Hurley mentioned it. And tonight they give up 50% shooting to this Creighton team, and they give up 9 threes.
Made 16 threes at Creighton. They made 9 in this game tonight, with Braylon Mullins hitting 5 of those.
And Harper makes the free throw. He's been a factor coming off the bench. Knocked down his only 2 field goals.
Well, one of those was a big 3 a moment ago after UConn had cut it to 7.
And he makes both free throws. So the lead, 85-73, Creighton.
Huskies' biggest deficit of the year was 13 twice. They're down 12 right now.
Here's Demery off a high screen of Ryba. Drives to the paint on Green. He banks it in. And he's fouled. That stops the clock with 41 seconds. So UConn, after winning 18 in a row, have now split their last 4 if this holds up, and it looks like it will.
And you don't figure they're going to be losing games at home here at Gamp Pavilion, but they lost Arizona, which was number 1 in the country, and Creighton not ranked, although they were ranked in the top polls to start the season. But the injury to McAndrew certainly played a role in their demise.
Yeah, you want your team improving as the season progresses and gets toward March. And you could, as Demery, 3-point play for him. And you'd have to say Creighton hadn't been improving, but tonight, what a game for them.
They lost 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, Zukic to Green, and Green is fouled with 38.8 left. So the Huskies at home would have been really tough to beat. Not tonight. They had won 39 of 43 coming into this one. They're trailing 85-76. Jason Green goes to the line. And Green makes it. So he had missed a couple earlier in the game, but he makes that one. Malachi Smith out. Demery, Ball, Ross, Mullins, and Ryba right now for UConn in the final 38 seconds. Some of the crowd is headed for the exits. And Green makes that one. So an 11-point lead. The Huskies have given up 87 points to Creighton tonight after holding them to 58 in Omaha 18 days ago. Mullins got his three-pointer blocked. Here's Ball in the corner for 3, and he makes. Dime of the game presented by Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. 8-point game with 29.3 left.
Well, the Huskies will likely fall out of first place because of this. They had a 1.5 game lead on St. John's. St. John's plays right now a 9 o'clock game at Marquette this evening, and Marquette was in last place in the Big East last time I saw the standings. And should St. John's hold serve and win that game, they would wind up being a half game ahead of UConn in the standings. And doesn't get a whole lot easier for UConn. It's coming up on Saturday night. They'll play third place Villanova at Philadelphia. St. John's comes to Hartford on Wednesday, and then Saturday, fourth place Seton Hall. So they've got all the best teams in the Big East coming up in the next week and a half.
Yeah, that Villanova game and the first one in Hartford, UConn had to get it to overtime and won it by 8 that night. Villanova played great that day, so they're going to be licking their chops after they see what happened here tonight at Gamble, or this could inspire UConn to come back strong. They had to come back after a couple of losses this year, only 3 losses after this one.
Villanova survived a regulation buzzer-beating layup by Xavier in Cincinnati last night, and they eventually won that game at Xavier in overtime with a big game by the freshman, Caden Lewis, as he had, I think it was 21 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists or something like that for Villanova. So he'll be a handful. He was the guy that knocked Braylon Mullen out, gave him the concussion of the game in Hartford that Mike was just talking about.
29.3 seconds left. Blake Harper will inbound the ball to our right. Butler beat Georgetown tonight, 93-89. Paul Roper will have more on that. Harper runs the baseline. He does get it in. Graves, nowhere to go. And finally, a timeout has to be called by Creighton.
See, that was a case, again, where UConn looking for the steal before committing the foul, and they had a good double team on him with the corner being another defender or two on that, and he forced that timeout. If he gets away from that, if UConn doesn't get a steal, then UConn commits the intentional foul.
So, no foul, but a timeout used by Creighton. And we are unsure as to how many timeouts they have left because of the broadcast. Stats have gone down. That was about 6-7 minutes ago. So Creighton, which has been a problem for UConn, as we mentioned, over the years, become the first team to win 3 against Dan Hurley in this building. And their record will go to 14-13 unless UConn finds a way to score 8 points in the next 24.9 seconds.
Braylon Mullins came out firing to start the second half after he wrapped up the first half, scoring the last 6 points of the half. He had a 3 and a 2, and UConn was on a roll. They started the second half on a 10-3 run, and that's when things turned around. That's when suddenly Creighton began hitting the threes, and then later in the half, UConn, by my count, missed 14 of 17 shots.
And Green makes the catch in the front court, and now Dix is fouled. They tried something different. They threw it length of the court, about 60 feet into the front court.
Rather than getting trapped in the back court, and that's another guy you don't want at the line. He's their top overall free throw shooter, 87% coming in. Zukic, their best Big East free throw shooter.
Must feel good for Josh Dix after getting shut out in Omaha. He's got 19, making 20 tonight.
Well, he's had a couple of rough weeks after his mother died of cancer 2 weeks ago tonight. UConn honored him before the game, honored the mother before the game.
So the guards really were tough on UConn tonight. Dix scores again. He's got 21. Graves has 18. Zukic in double figures. Final seconds. This is Demery. Mullins long 3 straight away, and he rattles it in. 13.3 left, 7-point game. And they foul in the corner with 12.1 left.
Well, it's kind of a meaningless stat now, but that's 5 of the last 6 games that UConn, 6 of the last 7 that UConn has had double figures and 3-pointers made. Then again, for Creighton, that's kind of what they make a living on this year, and that was my key number 1 in our keys of the game before the opening tap, 3-point defense. Well, they've got double-figure 3-pointers in this contest, as they've done that now 10 of their 16 Big East games this year.
UConn's about to give up 90 points in a game.
They gave up 98 at Providence, but that was in overtime. That was a season high. This would be the second highest of the year.
Providence scores 90 every game anyway. That's kind of the way they play. But this Creighton team has showed that they can score as well. First free throw goes in for Blake Harper.
Providence had 89 in regulation in that game.
And he makes both of them. So Harper puts the nail in the coffin. Final 10 seconds, 91-82. UConn trails. They get it to Mullins. Down low to Ryba. In the corner, Ross for 3. Ross no good. Rebound, Ryba puts it in. That's the final bucket. And that'll put the exclamation point on it as Creighton wins it 91-84 over the Huskies tonight. And Creighton goes to 8-8 in the conference. UConn now drops to 14-2. As Greg McDermott has had a lot of success against Dan Hurley. Now 10-4 in Big East play over the years.
Even though the Huskies have won twice in a row, 2 years in a row, out in Omaha. Of course, it took 37 points by Liam McNeely to win last year and 16 made 3-pointers this year out there.
And we got to find out what's up with Alex Karaban, because he played only 25 minutes tonight, attempted 6 shots, made 1, 0 for 4 from 3. He just doesn't look like himself.
Only took 1 shot in the first half, too.
4 rebounds, 2 assists. So if Karaban is not 100% physically, and I'm just guessing now, since Dan Hurley mentioned it last week, we've got to find out what his status is, because UConn's got Villanova on the road. That's next, followed by St. John's at home.
Well, we don't have final stats. The stat program, as Mike said, went down. But it looks like Creighton did out-rebound UConn. That's not a good sign for a Creighton team that is minus 0.8 overall and minus 2 rebounds per game in Big East play. UConn should have had its way on the boards. And also, the Huskies didn't get any. 40-32 is that final amount. So they out-rebounded them by 8 total, by 5 in the second half. And eventually, it was that poor shooting by